So it's been a long time since I have done a vlog entry. As a result, this one will probably be a longer one. Um, I typically try to keep them like under 4.5 minutes. This one will probably be a bit because it's been a good couple of days. And I'm having a hard time even remembering the last time I vlogged. Um, Things have been kind of crazy this past week. It's Saturday, and I don't even know if I've vlogged this week. I might have. I could check, and since I'm already rolling, I'm not going to interrupt this process, and I'm just going to go with it. Um, I called into work on Wednesday and kind of just took a personal day for myself leading up to like my weekend, I guess, because I knew. So my weekend is Thursday, Friday. At least my weekend for like the past winter break has been Thursday, Friday since I work Saturday and Sunday. Um, so I took Wednesday off because I knew the office was going to be super full, and I get really irritated when like I'm settled down and like trying to work and everything, and then I have to stop and move, which I had to do like 3 times on Tuesday, and I was so like flustered with that because that's not like it shows really poor organization on like the administrative level. Like you shouldn't overstaff, especially for like my job. You should not overstaff at all because you need stations. I need a scanner. I need like the whole printer, scanner, label maker, computer setup when I work because I need to prep paperwork, I need to print paperwork and labels, which is the like, sticker thing, and then I need to scan in the documents that I actually have gotten signed. So, like, I need this office space. And having to switch 3 times to like 3 different workstations is really annoying, especially when like your second one doesn't have a scanner or like a printer or anything. So it's just like this one you can only do notes on. You can't even input the documents that you had gotten done. Anyway, I knew the next day would be the same situation because I looked at the schedule, I saw who was going to be in and like stuff like that. So unless someone called in like me, I was gonna have the same issue because I also got in last out of everyone. Like they would get in around 8:30. I come in at 9. So I was just kind of like, I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm just gonna call in. Not that big of a deal. And it wasn't. It ended up being pretty good and relaxing. Which the Thursday and Friday following weren't necessarily relaxing. They were good, don't get me wrong, but busy. And I just wanted I wanted to recover, I guess. And I'm really big on recovery days. I'm really big on knowing you enough and knowing that you need to take care of yourself. Um, and like a couple dollars. I shouldn't say a couple dollars, like, 80 or whatever dollars. It's not nothing, but if you take care of yourself, you don't need to splurge on yourself either, if that makes sense. Like you can lose that amount of money and be okay on less bills, which I'm going to stop before I put my foot in my mouth even more because my mentality of things is, yeah. Anyway, so that was Tuesday and Wednesday, sort of. Wednesday, the main guy, the guy that I like, I had asked him like last week, if he would like to spend the night Wednesday night because neither of us had work on Thursday, so we could like sleep in and just spend the day together and have this like nice relaxing time together from after work on Wednesday till whenever we just had things to do on Thursday, and it would be like this kind of relaxing time. And so he accepted, and we went to Moonrakers downtown, and that place is amazing. It's like it's got this like lofty feel because it's on the second floor of the area that it's in, or the building that it's in, and it has exposed brick walls, and the feeling of it is just very almost rustic. Almost. Like, it doesn't have that, like, oldness to it, but it has an agedness to it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. You guys probably think I'm crazy. But yeah, so that was our dinner plan. And we did dinner and dessert there and drinks. So it was like, it was this nice date. And I had, like, that. I've been talking to some of my friends, and I'm like, I'm not really sure if I'm dating this guy. It feels like we go out on dates, and we're kind of date-like in a lot of ways. And one of my friends was like, just ask him if it's a date, and be casual about it. I'm just like, how do you casually ask someone if it's a date? Like, I don't know. This, like, actual, like, dating is the newest thing in the world for me, because I've never dated. Like, when there's a mutual attraction and it's been recognized, typically that is boyfriend girlfriend relationship zone for me. Okay, so it's like you go on dates but you're already boyfriend girlfriend, and this is totally different. This is just go on dates, I guess, and spend time together and enjoy your mutual affection and see how it all goes. Go with the flow kind of thing. And this is new and weird, and it's wonderful, and it's exciting, and it's great too, but it's just like untraveled territory for me, and I don't always handle that so well, and I'm doing my best. I think it's going well. Okay. So yeah, we went, I asked him if it was a date, and he said kind of. And I remember I wasn't quite happy. Like, I was and I wasn't happy about it. I was because it's like we acknowledge that it's very date-like. But given the inevitable future circumstances and obstacles that we would have to face if we ever decided to become official, I guess, and that's a whole nother story that I'm probably going to get into, but let's continue this. Like, he was just saying, it's date-like, but we don't need to call it one, kind of, because he's going to move to Europe after he graduates in a year and a half, which is when I graduate, and he just doesn't want to place that burden on anyone, and I get that. That's really sweet and considerate, and it's looking out for someone. But at this rate, like, so what if we're not boyfriend and girlfriend? When that happens, it's still gonna be hard. It's still gonna be sad. It's still gonna be painful. And that's kind of something that's been getting to me a lot too. But anyway, so yeah, it was date-like, I guess. And so yeah, and then he spent the night, and then we spent like a lot of time together on Thursday. Basically we spent 24 hours together, and it was really nice. On Monday morning, like, we woke up, kind of had breakfast, kind of lazed around, and then we took a nap. And then we took a shower together, and that was like, it was really fun. Like, my ex and I, like, tried to take a shower together, and it was just awkward, and it felt really small, and Like, my shower felt really small, I mean. And then when this guy and I did, it was just like, it felt intimate instead of feeling small. And that was wonderful. Like, come spend the night again, we can shower together. And it's like, it's not gonna feel cramped like I was worried it would. It felt nice. And yeah. Um, and then, and oh yeah, and then we went downtown for lunch. Yeah. And that's good. And then we came back to my place and it was like 3-ish and we were like, my place is gonna be getting shown soon. We should probably get back out and avoid my place so that it can be shown in peace without us. And so we went to the place that he's staying, which was like the first time I ever like went into the place he'd been staying over winter break, because he lives in the dorms and he stayed at his friend's house or apartment during the break, because living in the dorms over break is expensive and stupid. Anyway, yeah, so that was the thing, and it was nice. He shared so much of his like creative world with me, and that was just amazing. It's like when someone just makes something and they're so proud of it and they want to share it with you. Like, that's so, it's so intimate when they actually like really share it with you. Not like, oh hey, look, this is what I made. It's like, look at every aspect of this. Let me explain to you this. Let me show you the backstory. Let me show you what went into this. Let me, just reveal this very intimate, creative part of me to you. And that's hard. At least I imagine it's hard, because sharing your intimacy, like, sharing your intimacy, right? Sharing your creative self is just, for me, it's this really vulnerable part of me. Like, I don't think of myself as a creative person. I think of myself as a talented person who would like to be creative and isn't necessarily. And so for me to share a creative process with someone outside of like a classroom setting, for me to show the steps that go into this, in the sense of how much I erase, or what comes next in whatever I'm making, like, that is not something I share with a lot of people. That is something I share with my artistic peers when I have to, or my really good artistic peer friends, because I value them and their, opinion and like all this stuff. And the guy I'm interested in, he's artistically inclined, he's creatively inclined. He is pursuing English, however, so he's not necessarily like my artistic peer. He's more of an artistic hobbyist, and I am an artistic professional, or seeking to be. Anyway, so like, I'll share, this process and everything with my friends that are also artists that I look up to or respect, and, like, have this artistic similarity with. And I'll share this process with my sister, almost reluctantly sometimes, because I admire my sister's skill, and I always feel insufficient or inadequate compared to my sister. And I mean, she's everything. She's supportive and, just encouraging, and just everything that you would want an artistic sibling really in general to be. And it's great, but it was still really hard for me, just because I was like, I really look up to you, I really value your talent, and I really don't want you to judge my talentlessness sometimes, or my creativelessness. I feel like I'm making up words. So like to share something like that with a person, I think is really intimate, and it's it's just amazing. And I love that he shared that with me. Um, and yeah, so it was Wednesday, and then that was Thursday day. And then that evening, he met up with one of his friends, and I was meeting up with one of my friends, and I ended up having a really good evening with my friend. We went out to celebrate him getting a job that he was pursuing in Des Moines, and also we just were meaning to hang out, but then we had a reason to celebrate, so we went out to this restaurant called Pullman's, and that was amazing. Oh my god, it was so good. And then we went to Clinton Street Social Club, and that was like a first. Actually, Moonrakers was the first for me, and Pullman's was the first for me. We went to this place called Dublin Underground before because we were waiting for seats at Pullman's, and that was the first for me. And then after we had Pullman's, we went to Clinton Street Social Club, and that was also a first for me. So like, this is crazy and just great for me. And all the places I went were just phenomenal. The drinks I had were great. The food I had was amazing. So it was a good time. And I hung out with my friend until like 1:30 in the morning. Then I took him home. And it was really nice to just like. It's really hard for me to be myself around Randy. So anyway, it's really hard for me to be myself because I'm nervous. I have butterflies. I like him, that type of stuff. And so when I just hang out with my friends one-on-one, it's great because it's like not stressful. It's not shyness. It's just me getting to be me, and it's great because I'm kind of a wonderful person to be around for the most part. It's just that when I like you, I'm nervous and I'm not as wonderful because I'm quiet and reserved and guarded, which sucks because like if I could just be me, I think things would be fine. I think it would be more fun. I think he would either totally like me or he would be like, you're not really my type, but you're cool to hang out with or whatever. Like, and then that would be that. It would be like clear what we were going to end up as or not end up as, and life would be great. But I am shy, and that sucks. So it was really nice, is what I'm getting at, to like have that time without him to return back to like me. And that was like lovely. That was Thursday. And then Friday, yesterday, I had lunch plans with my friend, another friend. I should probably just start using their names, but like I kind of like want to be vague and be a little more like obscure and not use their names so that like I don't know, I feel like it's almost weird to like call people out sometimes. Unless they're aware of it, which none of these people are, so anyway. My other friend, we went to this place called Mickey's, which was also new for me, and it was also really good. Yeah, we had lunch, and that was like the best part of my day, because Friday morning I woke up from a dream that kind of ruined my day, I guess. I was telling one of my good friends, I feel dismal today. I feel just, things aren't good. I don't know why. And it wasn't until late that night when I was talking to the guy I like that I was like, I think this is probably why I was having a really off day. And I hadn't linked it until like 11 at night. So I went through the whole day just kind of being crummy. And not really knowing why. And so the dream that I had was there's this guy that I was pursuing very briefly. I'm pretty comfortable with saying that he led me on. So that happened. And my dream was the guy and I were like in brief contact at the beginning of the dream, and then I spent the rest of the dream just seeking him. And he was elusive. He was completely elusive, and I couldn't get him. And that was, I mean, that's basically what happened in real life, too. It's like I was, talking to him. I was pursuing him. I initiated conversations, and, he had said things that, like, encouraged me to, but sometimes you can tell when people are lying, and even if you don't want to acknowledge that they are, they are. And that was kind of what happened. And so, like, I haven't initiated a conversation with this guy in, like, 3 weeks. And so we haven't talked in, like, 3 weeks. And it's a bunch of stupidness. And it's, like, I think about him every day still. Like, I'll check his Facebook. I'll see if he's done anything on Snapchat, whatever. But I don't bother talking to him anymore. And I don't think he'll bother talking to me. And that's kind of fine. Like, we're just at that point. And for a while I was like really upset about it. And then Randy happened. And it's complicated because I don't want him to think for a moment ever that he was a rebound, that he was like a second, or like anything like that, because I put a lot of thought into this, and yeah, it's not, I don't want it to ever come off that way. Like, I didn't want him, regardless of circumstance. But yeah, so pretty sure that was why my whole, like, Thursday was kind of off. Or Friday, why my whole Friday was kind of off. But, like, lunch was great because I love catching up with friends, and it's a good distraction. But, after that, I had plans with a different friend for dinner, and I kind of, like, screwed it up because the guy I like was kind of having a crummy day, and he, like, had nothing planned for the evening. I was like, well, do you want to, meet up with me and our mutual friend, actually? So, like, he said, yeah. So then I invited another one of our mutual friends, and so it was the four of us, and we went out for dinner, and it was nice. And then one of our friends left because she lives like an hour away, so she had to drive back home. And then I took the guy I like and our other friend back to my place, and we just like hung out, and they were really dorky and nerdy together. And it was really cute because like I don't have that same dorky nerdy background as they do, and so like they were just going on about Dungeons and Dragons and like funny YouTube things and just things that I don't have any roots in. But I was thoroughly enjoying them, just getting a chance to do that and giving them the environment to do so in too. It was really nice because once I took them both home, the one that I like sent me a message. He's like, I really didn't want to get out of the car. And like I was teasing and kind of teasing. It's like, well, do you want to get back in the car? Like I had already left, but like I was like, I can, turn around or I can come visit. And then he actually took me up on it. And so I picked him back up, and we ended up coming back to my place, and he stayed the night. And what was really special about last night was the fact that I kind of opened up to him. Like finally, like I am being super guarded, and I am being very conscious about what I tell him. And it's not that I'm lying. I'm not lying at all. It's I withhold or I listen more. And it was just like it was a really good communication night for us. Because I got to kind of explain to him why I am so vulnerable, or I'm scared to be so vulnerable, why I am so guarded, why I have a hard time trusting him, even though, yeah, I do want to. And, like, I know he's not like the other guy that just led me on. At least he's not the other guy, at least, so I don't think he is like him. But it's hard to just. I've been the person that gets hurt and still lives like they haven't. And this is the first time where I'm no longer really that person. You can tell I've been hurt or misled. You can tell my judgment hasn't always been the best. So now I'm extra cautious and intentional with a lot of what I do. At least romantically. So we talked and I opened up, and that was just, it was nice and terrifying at the same time. And I mean, he continually, like, he's just been so open and honest with me. It's like, how could I doubt him, right? Well, let me tell you, the other guy was pretty open and stuff too, and I don't know how much of it was truth and how much of it was a lie, but whatever. He was pretty open, and so I was just like, oh yeah, I can trust you, but no, I can't because you're an ass, actually. And so I'm just paranoid with, the current guy, and I know it's not fair, but it's just, I mean, we're going with the flow anyway, and if I don't put my guards up, if I don't put stoppers on myself, I'm just gonna fall head over heels for him. And I already like him immensely, so it's like I'm getting there, but at least it's a lot slower and controlled and stuff like that. And I don't know if that's better or worse, because I've never experienced this. I was telling one of my friends, he called me earlier today and we were talking about this. I was like, if this was like any of my other relationships, the guy that I'm seeing right now, we would have been boyfriend and girlfriend for like 3 weeks already, and we'd be getting close. I'd be getting close to saying I love you. And that's just terrifying to me. And this is different, and this is difficult, and it's worth it. Certainly worth it, but there's just a lot going into it, I guess. Slowly but surely. I don't totally know. But it was really, really nice that he wanted to spend more time with me. Like, he wanted just me. Like, not our friends, too. And he wanted to spend the night, and it was just really great. And I know this has basically just been Emily's love life. But I mean, there hasn't really been school to, like, talk school about, and I know I should be working on my study abroad stuff, but, like, okay. I just need to get on that. And like, there's just, work is kind of, like, already routine and cyclic, so there's not much to talk about there. My social life is pretty much like what's really changing, what's really impacting me right now, not in my dreams. But yeah, this has been a really long entry. Thanks for bearing with me. Yeah, I would try to be more consistent. Sorry about that.